We did it, Joe. We did it. 1,000 subscribers, baby! Woo! Okay. I figured what better way to connect with my audience than to do a Q&A. Yeah, I'll do all the mushy gushy thank you stuff at the end of the video. Let's just get right into the questions. What made you want to start a YouTube channel? I actually used to make videos when I was in middle school, and then I kind of stopped around high school. And the reason I started making those videos was because I just loved YouTube. I loved watching YouTube. That was when O2L and like all those British YouTubers were like super big, and I was like, damn, that looks really fun. So then I just was like, I should make YouTube videos and be a YouTuber. And then, you know, I didn't really stick with it past like maybe like 9th grade, 8th grade. So then I stopped, but then this past summer I started making videos because I was just, you know, in a really dark place. I feel like every YouTuber says that, like, oh, I started my channel when I was in a really dark place. But honestly, sometimes it takes, you know, losing things and pain and suffering to make art. So that's what happened to me. I was in a really bad place. It was like in the middle of the quarantine, and I just felt like everything around me was just crashing down, and I didn't have any direction, and I needed something to put my energy into, because I had all this sadness inside of me and I just needed to like put it somewhere. So I started making YouTube videos. It's funny because the first YouTube video I made that's here on my channel that you can see it was just like a super random day, like, and I was having all these thoughts as one does, and I just couldn't stop thinking, and I wanted to talk to somebody about like what I was thinking about, and so I didn't really have anyone I could talk to. So then I just started writing, and then, you know, I was reading over this essay and I was like, you know, this is pretty good. I kind of want to share this and see if other people feel this way. But I wasn't gonna post it on Instagram because like no one would read it if I posted on Instagram. So I was like, you know what, just make it into a video. And so that's what I did, and that video is called Why I'm Conceited. Watch it if you'd like. So long story short, basically I started a YouTube channel because I was sad and lonely and needed a creative outlet. How did you get prettier? I'm guessing this person watched my pretty privilege video. I don't know, puberty. I think mostly puberty. Also, I learned how to do my makeup better, started doing my hair differently. Hair definitely makes a huge difference, let me tell you. Like, if you're trying to switch up your look, if you feel like maybe you're not looking your best or you just want something different, change your hair. Because I feel like your hair truly is a make or break. I started working out in high school. I haven't really worked out in a long time, but that also helps, I guess. I also just think a change of attitude is what made me prettier. I stopped thinking, oh, I'm so ugly, and I started thinking, you know what, you're actually not that bad looking, you're actually quite beautiful. And I think once I started thinking that way, my body and my energy started to reflect that, as weird as that sounds. At first, did you like the feeling of attracting people, and did it make you feel more powerful? Yeah, I would say yeah, I did like the feeling of attracting people the more that I noticed it. Like in high school when I started to blossom, I definitely liked the feeling of being able to attract people easier, because I'm a pretty shy person, so if I can attract people without trying too hard, I'm all for that. And yeah, it does make you feel more powerful. I felt like before I was invisible, and you know, once I became prettier and people started paying more attention to me, it did make me feel more empowered, because I'm like, oh, like I can command a room. It definitely makes you feel more seen, more like, not important, but like, I don't know, just like appreciated, I guess. I don't know. What are your thoughts on T/drama channels? I don't really watch any of them. I think some of them can be a bit ridiculous though. It's like some influencer made a tweet that is maybe somewhat insensitive, and it gets like a 20-minute video about it, and it's just like, I feel like there are other things that we could be doing with our time, but you know, if you like drama channels, that's totally fine. I think for a lot of drama channels, especially the ones where they don't show their face, it's just like a hustle for them, because you know, you can put ads on the video, you don't have to show your face, it's minimal effort. Some of them, like, they just put screenshots with the music over it, you know what I'm talking about? Even though, like, I'm not really a big fan of internet drama, some of it can be pretty entertaining, I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes it can be kind of interesting. I don't think they're doing anything wrong, especially if they're just reporting on it, or giving constructive criticism. Obviously, if you're like actively bullying someone or like just sending like really hateful messages towards someone, that's not cool. You know, I think they're pretty harmless. I think for some of them it's just for money. And I guess, you know, other drama channels are genuinely passionate about the drama that ensues on this platform and other platforms. Thoughts on censorship? I was just thinking about this the other day actually, because I think Instagram has some new like terms of service, and they literally banned people from Instagram for like, you know, provocative photos of themselves. I know Lena the Plug was one of these people, and Lena the Plug is like a cam girl, I think, or she does OnlyFans or something, but basically Instagram was like, you gotta go because you're showing too much titty and ass, basically, which I think is bullshit because, I mean, one, it's Instagram, like, everyone does that. And two, I don't think that a woman's body should be so overly censored and monitored. Like, if she wants to post pictures of her in a bikini or in underwear, like, that's her prerogative. I don't think that should be, you know, against the rules. It's not like she was posting porn, like, I don't know. I think it's really stupid. On one hand, women's bodies are overly sexualized, but then when women take advantage of being sexualized, they're penalized. And it's like, what do you want? It's ridiculous. And obviously this is all just for money, so Instagram can put more ads on the app and brands don't have to worry about being associated with like a certain image or whatever. But I think censorship overall can be a bit unnecessary, but for certain things that actually do need to be censored, like graphic images, that I understand. But also it's like, I feel like the internet should be a free for all, essentially. Like, as long as you're not harming other people, then I don't think there should be such a harsh censorship on media. I can't even really complain about censorship as an American because I basically can see anything that I want to, especially compared to a country like China where there is a lot of control over the people from the government. So, best date you've ever had in your whole life. The best date I've ever had in my whole life was when I went to Central Park with an ex-boyfriend, and this was like in the beginning of our relationship, so we were still getting to like know each other and everything. And I remember just feeling really happy that day. It was a beautiful fall day. Like, it was literally the perfect day. It was sunny, the leaves were just so vibrant and beautiful, and we went right before sunset, and then we left like after the sun went down. And you can just imagine like the sunset on a fall day in Central Park with a cute boy. Like, it's a very picture-esque, like, it felt like a movie. It literally felt like I was in a rom-com. That was definitely the best date I've ever been on, and all we did was walk around the park. So I guess that goes to show you, like, it really doesn't matter what you're doing as long as you're with the right person. Thoughts on K-pop? Many thoughts on K-pop. I was talking to my friend Bailey about this, who was the one who sent me this question. And yeah, I think K-pop is a really interesting world on its own, like how it's managed to have such great mainstream success, and also like the dark sides of K-pop I find very interesting, like the way they treat their stars and how intense the training is for these people. It's borderline unethical, if not just fully unethical, the way that they just like work these people to death. And the turnout for these K-pop groups are so quick because it's like go, go, go. You train, then you know, tour, make music, make like 20 albums in 1 year, and then like in 5 years you're done. It sparked up a lot of questions like, why is Blackpink so popular? Why is BTS so popular? Because I think as Americans, we are very self-centered, especially when it comes to entertainment. We think all the best entertainment comes from here. And whether that's true or not, I can say that the most popular acts come from the US typically. But, you know, Blackpink and BTS have managed to just skyrocket into global stardom and success, which is crazy in my opinion. So yeah, I don't know. I have a lot of thoughts about K-pop. If you want me to do a video on it, I would gladly do it, because I would love to do a deep dive into the world of K-pop and like the dark sides of K-pop, but also the cool sides of K-pop, because there's a lot that I didn't know before that my friend Bailey got me hip to. Can you do a video on singing and learning to have more control of your voice? Interesting. Yeah, I'd be down. I don't know if anyone would watch it because I don't make singing videos usually. I've never thought to make a video on how to sing because that's obviously not the content I usually do, but if y'all are interested in hearing some advice on how to sing better, I would gladly do that. I'm a singer, for those of you who don't know. I am trained. I've had vocal training for musical theater specifically. There's some videos of me singing on this channel actually, if you want to check me out. So if you want to learn how to sing better, comment down below and I'll do a video on it if you guys want me to. How would you describe your growth moving from Maryland to New York? Oof, so much growth. I think many people can agree that New York definitely makes you grow up pretty quickly. Coming here straight out of high school definitely made me learn a lot about myself and about life and, you know, growing up. So I definitely have grown a lot. Even though I'm constantly learning about myself, a lot of the traits that I possess now, I had before. They're just stronger now, if that makes sense. Like, for example, my confidence has improved a lot since coming to New York. Now, I wasn't necessarily insecure before. I was actually a pretty confident person before then, but being in New York has made me even more confident and more of a like independent woman, and I'm not afraid to stand up for myself and to stand my ground and be assertive, because if you're in New York City, you definitely need to know how to do that, especially as a woman. So I've definitely grown a lot and I'm so happy for all of the growth. There's definitely a huge difference in who I was before and who I am now, at least like when it comes to just like happiness and the kind of energy that I radiate, because like I said, it was there before, but now it's just stronger and I feel just like more myself every day. Environment is everything, and so once I came here, I just felt like I could truly just be my fullest, best self, because this is just where I'm meant to be. Especially as an artist, like it's so inspiring to be in the city because there are so many artists around and so many people with dreams. And as someone with big dreams myself, it's really important that I'm around people who have similar goals as me, not necessarily in like the same like field or like interest or whatever, but just like people who can dream big and people who are motivated. Like that just fuels me. So I'm definitely like where I'm supposed to be. How to be confident being single. Honestly, being single is the default, so I don't think there's any reason to feel insecure for being single. Like, yeah, being in a relationship is fun, but it shouldn't, you know, validate you as a person. Like, just because you're single doesn't mean that you're not worthy or you're not desirable. It just means that you haven't met the right person yet, and that is perfectly fine. When you spend time alone, that's when you learn the most about yourself, I think. And so the best way to be confident being single is to really take time for yourself, to learn about yourself, to improve on yourself, embark on journeys and projects that maybe you've been putting off, because that's what I did. When I broke up with my ex, I started my YouTube channel. So, you know, being single is amazing. And just think of it this way. When you're single, you don't have to worry about somebody else's feelings. You don't have to worry about making time for somebody else. You have all the time in the world to focus on you and do what you want to do, and that sounds pretty ideal to me. How have your personal goals changed / what are your goals for the immediate future post-pandemic? Oof. Another great question. My goals have changed a lot in the past year. I had plans on studying musical theater for 4 years. and that ended up not happening. And that was a huge like shift for me, because I was so dead set on this plan. Like I really thought like this is what, you know, the next 4 years are gonna look like, and that plan just ended up being destroyed, and I was very devastated. But it ended up working out for the best, because now I'm studying film, and I'm so happy that I'm studying film because it's a new creative avenue for me. I've always loved movies and TV, and I've always wanted to be in movies and TV, and still do. But now what I really want to do is write my own film and star in it. I basically just want to be Issa Rae, is what I'm trying to say. And I also have dreams with YouTube now, and if I was studying musical theater right now, I definitely wouldn't have the time to be doing this. I think everything happens for a reason. So that being said, my personal goals are to just keep growing on YouTube, and to eventually turn this into something bigger that will help leverage my other passions like music and acting. I am very hopeful for the future. Post-pandemic plans, I don't really have any, because I'm just like, this shit's never gonna end. But I would love to start traveling. Oh my god. I hope like by the time the pandemic is over, maybe, you know, YouTube will be popping off and I'll be making that good money and I can travel the world, because that's my biggest dream outside of entertainment and art, is just to travel the world. I need to get out of this fucking country so badly. Oh my god. What are your thoughts on jealousy and experiences you've had? I'm not a really jealous person, honestly. If I do feel jealous of someone, I just try to, you know, use those emotions as like energy to motivate me to get the things that I want in life. When it comes to like relationships and stuff, I'm also not a really jealous person. I don't think I've ever really felt like true jealousy. Like I don't feel jealous of other girls or anything really. And if I do feel jealous of other girls, I'm like, you know what? She may have something that I don't have, but I have something that she doesn't have, so comparison is a thief of joy, as they say. What are your thoughts on climate change? I don't really have a lot of thoughts on climate change. Obviously, it's not good. It should be a priority, especially in this country, because we produce so much waste. But it's honestly not, at least not in the media. You know, there's a lot going on in the media, a lot going on in the United States right now, and climate change is just being pushed to the back burner, unfortunately. And, you know, I wish that could change, but there's so many crises going on right now that it's really hard to, you know, focus on multiple things at once. I think climate change is one of those things that really needs to be prioritized, though, because it truly affects all of us. This is our home, our planet. Nothing can happen if this planet is dying, if it doesn't exist. Because if Earth doesn't exist, we don't exist. Hopefully in the Biden administration, they'll do something about that. We'll see. I have very low expectations, but yeah, man. Climate change. It's tough. I could definitely do more to lessen my carbon footprint. Am I? Not really. But I wish I was better at that. But also I don't think the fate of this planet should be in the hands of the individuals. It's truly in the hands of large corporations and the government. But that's like a whole other discussion that I'm not gonna get into right now. Those were all of my questions for today. Thank you so much for asking me questions, for subscribing to my channel, for watching my videos, for commenting, everything. Like seriously, I am very, very grateful, because I don't know, like I said, I started this channel at a very dark time in my life. So the fact that people resonate with me enough to, you know, watch my videos and message me and comment and all that stuff, it really means a lot. It makes me feel less alone in the world, for sure. I think we're gonna go somewhere with this, guys. Like, I really think that things could pop off, okay? Like, it's a good thing you joined now, because we're about to take over the fucking internet. We're about to take over YouTube, okay? And they won't be ready. They're not ready. Okay. Yeah, anyway, thank you so much for watching. And yeah, I'll see you in the next video. Okay, bye.